Hello, welcome back to Learning Curves. I'm Anastasia, and today I want to talk to you about fabric. Maybe some things you don't know, information you can glean about the fabric you're purchasing when you're at the store, and the actual process of how to purchase it, because I am scared to do things for the first time when I don't know how to do them. It's what Brene Brown calls FFTs. I'm here to give you the cheat sheet of what you need to know, even if it may seem obvious. Would you do me a favor? Would you please subscribe? I want to be monetized and I need 1,000 subscribers for that. And then I can have more time to make videos and this can just be our lives. I mean my life, but you're welcome to share it with me here. Let's dive in. So when you walk into a fabric store, regardless of the store, I guess when you walk into any store that sells fabric, the fabric's going to be organized by type. So you'll have the quilters showcase fabrics all together and the baby fabrics together and the fleece together, the felt, the knits, the tulle. And I highly recommend, if you have not gone fabric shopping before, if you haven't spent a lot of time in a fabric store, peruse. Everybody does it. You're fine. Who cares if somebody comes up to you and says, like, can I help you find anything? Just, no thanks, just looking. Great, good, do that. The different types of fabric, of material, will all be together. The upholstery fabrics will all be together. And most of them, not the upholstery fabrics, most of them will be on bolts. So these cardboard rectangular prisms, because they're three-dimensional rectangles. Most of the fabric is folded in half, wrong sides together, wrapped yards and yards and yards around these bolts, and you purchase by the yard, although you can purchase most places as small as a quarter yard. The other way that fabric is often stored is on rolls. So if you watch Project Runway, you know, and the designers all go shopping at Mood, the fabric is going to be not folded. It will be flat, rolled on these big cardboard tubes, and they'll have a tag that's tucked into the tube, or sometimes the tag's hanging out, but the tag has a lot of information about the material on it. And the same thing is true with the top of the bolts of fabrics. So the sticker on top of the bolt will tell you all of the fabric information. It will tell you what the material is: cotton, polyester, rayon, a blend, and it will give you the care instructions: machine wash, warm, gentle cycle, hand wash only, whatever. And then it will also tell you the price. Usually it'll give you some other like SKU information, how many yards are on the bolt. I find it important to look both at the tag information for the fabric width and to physically look at the fabric, because when you look at the selvage, watch my video about words, sometimes there's a lot of not usable area in the selvage. I think they account for that in the fabric width measurement that they say, but I don't know. So yeah, walk around the store, see what you like, know how much you need before going. If you don't know how much fabric you need before going into a fabric store, it's like grocery shopping when you're hungry. You will leave with more than you intended, which is not highly recommended. Once you select the fabrics that you want to purchase, that you want to get cuts from, you don't just head straight to the cash register. You go to the cutting counter. At the cutting counter, there will be tickets. Usually, I think at Mood, they don't have those. I think there's just like a line. I don't remember. Most larger fabric stores or like mom and pop stores, they're not gonna be that many people there. You'll see, if there's either no one there at the cutting counter and you're the first in line, you can just stand there, or there's gonna be a line and you just stand at the back of it. But if you look above where the cutting counter is and there's a number, like now serving, like the DMV, you know, you want to make sure you find the ticket and take one, because you don't want to be waiting in a line for a long time and then realize that you've been skipped because you didn't take a number, and then you have to take a number, and then you're back of the line. So go up to the cutting counter, take a ticket. When they call your number, you can either put your bolts all together on the counter or one by one, and the cutter will ask you how much, or you can just say, I'd like 2 bolts of this, please. Or you can put the whole set down. 2 bolts. I'd like 2 yards of this, please. Or you could put the whole set down and say, I'd like 2 yards of each, or however many you want. When I was making a quilt for my niece, I think I got 1 or 2 yards of a bunch of different fabrics. And then I love watching them cut. So especially at most craft stores, they'll have, in the cutting counter, they'll have these grooves that are exactly a yard apart. So they will take the end of the fabric and put it in one groove and hold the other a yard apart in the other groove. That's a yard. Trade, right? 2 yards. Then when they get to the spot where they're gonna cut, they cut in that well, in the groove, the whole way down, and then they fold it up or roll it back up. And then if it's a larger store, not mom and pop, they'll scan the barcode on it, and then, you know, it figures out how much you owe for that cut of fabric. At smaller places, they'll just write it down. They'll just like hand write, like at a diner type thing, you know, like 3 yards, this much per yard. And then once you get all of your cuts, you will take your cuts and the printout or handwritten total that they give you to the counter, and they'll just scan that and pay. And at that same time, you can pay for any other notions, zippers, thread, bias tape, elastic, ribbon, whatever else it is that you're purchasing, you can get that all at the same time. Oh, also, if you are getting trim, like lace or something that's sold by the yard, it's not always sold by the yard. Sometimes you just buy the roll, but when it's sold by the yard, that they also will cut at the counter. So this is technically us starting our first project. I have not found a non-long-winded way to talk about our first project. It's essentially sewing 2 same-size pieces of fabric together, and we're gonna hand stitch them closed at the end. I say same-sized because it's an incredibly versatile, it's not really a pattern, but you can make anything out of this. You can make a throw pillow, you can make a hand warmer, you can make a rice sock, a table runner, placemats, napkins, like cloth napkins, baby diapers. You can make just about everything. But the amount of fabric you'll need is going to be dictated by what it is you're creating. So the first thing you'll need to do is purchase fabric. Now, when you are sewing, you don't just start sewing immediately on your fabric. You need to pre-wash it, okay? So buy your fabric and wash it, and then watch the next video in which we shall sew. It's gonna be so good and easy. It's gonna be so easy. You're gonna be like, in a year from now or 3, 4 sewing projects from now, you're gonna be like, that was the video. It was so simple. It's cake walk, delicious. What? Okay, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please like this video. Please subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.